So, part two, because I got a phone call. I keep forgetting to put it on do not disturb mode. I get more texts than I do phone calls, so it just won't even come to mind, but I'll do that from now on. And I like to go ahead and say, so I won't be doing another episode for a week, which is nice because I would like a little break from doing these every day. I'd like to make more time to meditate. That's one thing I wanted to say too. If I've made time, I don't know, it's been about a little more than 2 months that I've been doing these episodes every day. And if I can do this every day for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes a day, there's no question I can make time to meditate. And I've been diligent about meditation before, so it's just getting back into it. But to me, note to self is, if you can do this for the past 2.5 months, then your butt needs to go ahead and meditate, because I know how much more beneficial this will be to me and other people with meditating. Because one thing I can tell about me being grumpy and cranky is just getting that phone call pissed me off. Like, I just don't like being so reactionary. It's yeah, it's not good. I don't feel like it's healthy for me, and definitely not for others. And it's not like I have to be so calm and chill and peace man all the time, but I like to, be a little bit more there than So I'm going to read a little bit from Surrender to Existence by Osho. This actually, maybe I'll start using this. It gives something for every day to focus on. I think that's a great idea, so I'll keep you posted as to how this goes. So on first page, not even day one, it says, a life without meditation is like a winter landscape, with the sun hidden, the flowers frozen, and the wind whispering through the withered leaves. Oh, that sounds so lovely. And I do know how much life is better with meditation. It's one of the reasons I've been coming back to it repeatedly for the past 20 years, because it is wonderful. So for day one, the morning theme. Oh, that's right. They have a morning theme and an evening theme. And the morning theme is that man is a seed of great potential. And the evening theme is be a Columbus of consciousness. So the morning contemplation, granted, okay, it's 12:30, but hey, that's fine. The morning contemplation is, man is not meant to crawl and creep on the earth. He has the capacity to fly to the ultimate. And for the evening before sleep is, the world is suffering too much because for the first time in the history of human consciousness, man has lost track of existence. Nobody has ever suffered like us. People have been poor in the past, very poor. People have starved, but people have never been spiritually so poor. People have never starved spiritually so much as today. My whole work is to give you back an insight into existence. Unless man becomes rooted in existence again, man has no future. And one of the reasons I'd like to, actually, I'll go ahead and read what I underlined. Yeah, maybe just all of day 3, because I underlined parts of these the first time I went through it. It says, and the sacred is not far away. We just have to start inquiring about it. In the beginning, we are groping in the dark, of course. But soon things start falling in tune. Soon we start having glimpses of the beyond. Some unheard music starts reaching our hearts. It stirs our being. It starts giving us a new color, a new joy, a new life. And for that evening, I like this one too, so I have underlined some parts. It says, it is only with great challenges that one becomes integrated, that one's life energies become crystallized. Remember that. Never associate religion with fear. Associate it with fearlessness, with courage, with such a courage that can help you go into the uncharted. It is like going into the rough ocean in a small boat without any map, not knowing anything about the other shore. It is going like Columbus, just purely on the assumption that the earth is round, with the hope that one will reach somewhere. One has to be a Columbus of consciousness. And honestly, I don't feel that you have to be. But it definitely helps. Learning to relax in that. And sometimes I love seeing the coincidence and synchronicity. It's like yesterday I was just thinking how, to be honest, I found myself attracted to this guy who was black. And it made me remember every time I'm attracted to a black guy, I think of this guy that 10 years ago I started going out with and just having fun with. I honestly was never interested in him. I found him, say, physically attractive, but his attitude was so arrogant that to me it was a turn off, total turn off. I do not like arrogance. So anyway, one day this guy says, "What, do you not like black guys?" And the only reason is because there was nothing I said against black people. I mean, as if you haven't seen any other episodes, my mom is black. That's the only side of my family I know. I don't even know that my dad's side of the family who is white. So I mean, I guess I could still not be attracted to black men, but I am. And so I just thought that was hilarious that he would think that his guess is because he just couldn't understand why on earth. I mean, he had money, he had a good job, he had a nice car, he was very considerate and very caring, and he had a vasectomy, like in terms of, we could have sex and not have, I don't have to worry about birth control. That is attractive to a lot of women, and it was to me at the time, like those certain things, but his overall attitude, and we weren't, simpatico. He's not the, in contrast to the guy that I am in love with, who, is into organic farming, who loves nature, who is so sweet and so considerate and intelligent. I mean, the guy who couldn't understand, why I wasn't into him. He's an intelligent guy too. Oh, and the guy I'm in love with is very creative. That's a huge part of what I find attractive too. Intelligence, creativity, kindness, compassion, spirituality, being really into those things and practicing those things. That all makes a huge difference. So anyway, when I found myself attracted to this black guy yesterday, I thought of this guy and I was like, I just think it's hilarious because I've also dated 3 black guys since him, and he and I hadn't been in touch in probably 8 years. This guy, don't you know, within an hour, like later, I got a text from him saying, "Hey, just thought of you and decided to reach out and see how you're doing these days." And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so weird. And other thing is, in terms of coincidences, I had a coworker that I told, I am fine sharing my food and people can help themselves, but one thing that really gets to me, if someone eats the last of my shit, I had an appointment now, like, I don't know, an hour and a half later, I go to get one of my awesome favorite organic chips that I just discovered and that I told a coworker she could taste it. It's all gone. And I was like, what the fuck are my chips? I see her, she's like, oh, I ate them. I'm like, replace them. That is not okay. I told you can taste them. And I told my other coworker who was just saying, I was like, how funny is that? I was just saying how I don't mind sharing. You can have, some of my stuff, but don't eat the last of it. And lo and behold, this woman goes and eats the last of her shit. She did replace it after taking, what she gave me exactly what she thought, which she had taken, that amount. But I was like, whatever, as long as they were replaced. It was so inconsiderate. To me, it's just such a lack of respect and consideration. It's so selfish. But the coincidences, so after that, I was like, okay. That's what the guy that I'm in love with, he was heavily on my mind. I'm not really surprised I dreamt of him because if I could somehow, with my thoughts or energy,